So I wanted to talk about this specifically because I do understand that there is some people who are very frustrated about the idea of the developer preview getting revoked, including others who had just gotten started developing games on S&box as a whole. And yes, while it is very frustrating, some of this stuff is kind of confusing to me because some people mention it's very scummy and it's a scam and it's all this other stuff. And I'm like, most of this information has been publicly available and also available on the announcements. So that's why I'm generally confused that there's these meltdowns that are happening where some people are like, I was just starting, I was working, and then other stuff. I do have to mention that there has been developers who haven't taken out the time to get their access reinstated again, and they have been doing that through the S&box Discord. So if you personally felt like your access has been revoked while you were developing and you were actively developing something, feel free to go to S&box Discord and mention it to them, and hopefully they'll reinstate it. But otherwise, feel free to leave your comments down below. Again, I'm open up to anyone if you feel that this is right or wrong or anything. My comments are open for discussion. I'm not here to ridicule anyone. I'm not here to try to make fun of anyone. It's just I want to bring more attention to this because I think this is genuinely confusing, as most of this has been public information for the last couple of months, including this month. First, let's start off with the frustration, which is a lot of people that were getting their access revoked. Now, this was the most recent blog post, which was on the 15th, that talked about developer preview revokes. And Matt had mentioned that out of 800,000 people who have joined the developer preview, only 40,000 get to keep it and the rest have been revoked. To clarify a little bit more about this, obviously, he's talking about over the last couple of years that the developer preview has been open. And with all of these people that have tried it and have been messing around with it, 40,000 people will get to keep that. He did clarify a bit more in terms of who got to keep it exactly, which is developers who have published games, people have played, anyone who has purchased cosmetics, and anyone who has played a good amount and actually opened the game this year. Now, I do understand because the first time around when I first covered this was earlier within this month, which was the 1st of April. So they did mention that it's April 28th, which is again 9 days away, right? That's when the game comes out, and it's up to you if you want to buy it or not. Okay, it's your money, your choice, right? He did clarify that before then, they'll be revoking anyone who hasn't played a lot recently, developed games, or bought skins. And again, these are just the requirements. While they're not incredibly specific, some people are getting their dev access reinstated again because some people were frustrated that they're like, I'm working on stuff, like this makes no sense. I'm not buying this, like there's no point, other stuff. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, by the way. It's truly what you feel about the game. But to me, I just thought it was incredibly confusing because, like, let's just say with this post, for example, right? This person said, you know, revoked access to people who had only spent but a little time on it is wild work and not worth $20 or something. Like, at this point, this has to be bait, right? Because it makes no sense that most of this was public information. And again, a whole month that people have been recently getting access to it, more than likely, we're probably going to get revoked regardless, okay? Because they just had started, and depending on what Facepunch was going to do. Again, I get it. Some people who were working on stuff were really frustrated with the idea of this, and they were like, hey, I was working on this, and now like it got revoked because we have a team of people. Go to the S&box Discord and show that you've obviously been developing what you've been working on, and I'm pretty sure they will reinstate it. That's from what I've been seeing, because I've been also trying to help out developers who have been wrongfully revoked, as it would be, that you can go to the now improved, the new front page that Facepunch had updated for the game, which is make games without the BS. From the creators of Gary's Mod, a game creation platform built on Source 2 and the latest C#. Create games with an intuitive editor, millisecond hot reloads, built-in multiplayer, and share instantly. Open source, no royalties, no catches. Either or way, in terms of what is presented here, you're now able to have two links, right? One is to the Steam page itself and the other is to the GitHub. Again, the game is free and open source in terms of the game engine, right? Not the platform. The platform is going to be $20, which is going to be on Steam. But the game engine, you are able to go out of your way, as I have been helping other developers who have, like I mentioned, got wrongfully revoked, and told them, hey, you're able to go out of your way to use the GitHub version by building it. I do understand that someone had figured out a way to do that, as this version that is currently before its release requires you to have Steam. So this is like the pirated version. But then another person had informed me about this, saying, while this is the piracy way, it is fine because Matt mentions we don't mind, but it's just some of the stuff is unsupported, which is you're not able to publish your game to the S&box platform, which again would make sense, right? If you're doing that, you're going to be able to just use standalone more than likely, but not publish to the S&box platform. So when it comes to stuff like this in the Steam discussions, I do understand that, you know, the Steam discussion is going to be what they are, right? Some people just go there to troll and others ask questions. This definitely has been something I wanted to talk about because, again, like I said, I'm just confused about it. I don't understand where the scam or scumminess comes from. And again, if you feel like this is, just leave a comment down below to describe this a bit more with me because I'm genuinely confused. Most of the stuff that is here is presented and mentioned, hey, there's going to be a chance if you've gotten as of recently, you might get revoked. Like, that is the entire thing. If you like S&box and you want to keep up to date or any of that other good stuff, feel free to go and subscribe to the channel, all that other good stuff. We have 9 more days left. I have a ton of more videos to inform you guys of what's going on with the game. And yeah, that's all I have for this video. Check out this video here on screen, and I'll see you then next time.